okay?
Yes!
Jason said you guys were awesome. I hope he was good. I hope you guys enjoyed that. A lot of you see him. Cool, good, yeah. Yeah, Jared's busted now. What else is new? Have you guys gotten the story on that?
No!
I don't know if I can tell you. What did he say? He said it was my fault? Oh. So Osric? Yep. We now refer to Osric as the Godfather. Nobody messes with Osric. Nobody touches him for obvious reasons. What?
Tell us!
Tell you what? I'm not gonna tell you. Jared can tell you. He's not gonna tell you. He's a little embarrassed. It was all fun and games, and then Jared had to go and dislocate his shoulder. Anyway, yeah. Enough about that. Hi. It's you again. You were my first question yesterday.
Yes.
Lovely to see you again.
Thank you. Don't embarrass me, please.
I can't promise you anything.
Shall I ask one question?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, why do you think Sam didn't look for Dean when he was in purgatory?
Why didn't Sam look for Dean when he was in purgatory?
Yes.
Because of the promise that they made to each other.
Oh, okay.
Right? Just kidding.
Now, you don't normally keep those promises, though, do you?
No, we don't usually.
So why do you think he did that time?
I don't know. And you know what? That's one of the storylines that I think they didn't explore as much as they could have. Because Dean didn't seem to be really upset about the fact that his brother just kind of let him rot in purgatory. I think they could have probably fleshed that out a little bit more,
Yeah.
but they had to get on to the other storylines. And unfortunately, we only get about 42 minutes per episode to get the story through, or the story told, and sometimes some of those other storylines just kind of get left by the wayside. So I think that was one of them. So I don't know. I don't know exactly how that would have played out, but yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi. First of all, I want to say you are magnificent this season, especially the last episode, and you totally deserve an Emmy for that. My question is, you told us what you do to get in character, but what do you do to get out of character? Especially this season, that's been particularly heavy for me.
That's a good question. I don't know that there's any one thing that I do. You know, I start my day and I end my day every day that I'm working in the hair and makeup trailer. So you get there in the morning. When I get there in the morning, I'll go and I'll grab some breakfast. And I'll go into the hair and makeup trailer and I'll go through the works. And I'll sit in the... And Jared and I generally go in at the same time. And one person goes to... I always try to race him to the hair and makeup trailer, get there first. Because we always want to get the hair done first. But obviously his hair takes twice as long to do as mine. I think it takes me maybe 10 or 15 seconds to do my hair. And his is a little longer. So I usually get there and he'll go to makeup and then we'll switch. I'll go to makeup and he'll go to hair. And it's just we kind of created a nice, very comfortable vibe in the hair and makeup trailer. Because it is the place where we start our day. And that kind of sets the tone of, Jared and I will start running lines, or I'll go over I'll be, highlighting my lines and stuff while I'm sitting there, getting worked on, and so that's kind of how I get the ball rolling for the day. Then at the end of the day, Jared doesn't do this. He used to, but he's he doesn't anymore. But I'll go back in there and get it all taken off. Jared just goes home with his makeup, which would drive me crazy. I don't know, maybe Jen likes it. Whatever. I'm just kidding, Jen, I love you. So I'll go back in there and I'll get the product washed out of my hair because I can't stand it. And I'll get all the makeup taken off because I can't stand it. And that's kind of like washing Dean away, in a sense. And then I get in the car and I go home. So maybe, I've never really thought about it, but that might be the way that I get into character and also get out of character. That it all takes place in one little trailer. So, thank you.
Thank you. You're amazing.
Thank you. I'm gonna turn these fans off. I feel like it's a music video up here. Jared's not here, so you don't get the hair flying. I'm gonna turn this one off too. Hi.
Hi.
You can go ahead and ask a question.
Okay. Dean has played the father figure a couple of times in the show to Ben and Emma. Now that you yourself are a father, is there anything about these performances you would have played differently in retrospect? And congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. I think so. Because Dean would be a different father, I think, than Jensen is. You know, not consciously. I don't know that there would be like major but Dean is obviously a part. His life is a lot different than my real life. So I think that there is, you know, he comes from a father that treated him very specifically, and I think that he would probably be a little bit more like John was to him. How unfortunate that might be, I don't know. But so looking back, I think I played Dean as a father figure the way that I intended to. But I definitely didn't learn any lessons of being a father from him. So those lessons I learned from my actual father. So, anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi. So if you could actually meet Dean and spend a day with him, is there anywhere you want to take him, or anything you want to do with him, or anything you would want to say to him?
Yeah, I'd say, hey, do you have to wear the jacket all the time? You gotta be hot. You got 3 layers on. It's August. I don't know. If I met Dean, I would probably say, let's go to a rock concert, and you're driving and picking me up. I definitely want to ride in the car.
Yeah.
And but that's it. I'd be like, but drop me off before you go doing what your day job is, 'cause I don't need that headache. And tell your brother to cut his hair. Hi.
So I know that now it'd be hard to use this word, but I was wondering why you didn't use the word Christo to recognize demon anymore, like after season 1, I think.
That we don't use, what is it?
Christo.
The crystal?
No, Christo, the word.
Oh, Cristo.
Yes.
Why we don't use that in what? In the...
To recognize demon.
Oh, right, yeah, we did do that, didn't we?
Under
See,
playing.
this is what happens when you change the head writer 3 times. You lose little bits and pieces that the original writer threw at, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I think we just kind of go for the holy water now. There's no mistaking that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna ask Jeremy Carver that. Jose, this bright young woman in Rome brought up a very good question. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't have an answer for it, I'm sorry. I'm not a writer, I just do what they tell me to do. I'm the dancing puppet. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi. First off, I just wanted to tell you that you did an outstanding job with the season finale. I think you really outdid yourself, so I'm curious to see.
I outdid myself.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta stop doing that. I'm kidding.
So yeah.
I'm tired, I'm jet lagged. Give me a break. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, I thought of the question before, like the end of the season, so it probably doesn't really apply anymore, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Will Dean ever get his pie?
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole Market Kane thing really suppressed Dean's appetite. And now, given his current situation, I don't know that he's going to be eating. So it might be a while before we see Dean get his pie. Yeah, I don't know. It might be a while, unfortunately. What's that?
At the end, yeah.
At the end? At the end, yes. That'll be the end of the series. It'll be Dean in a cafe, just surrounded by pie.
Thank you.
With Castiel? No. Just me and my pie. That's just all pieces of pie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Yes, first of all, I want to thank you for all. And because you are my favorite actor, since I was a kid and watching that kind with my mom. I was really...
Wow.
Yeah. And my question is, in this season, your character talking a lot of time about Game of Thrones. And I really fangirling about that because I love this show, like a Supernatural show, but I prefer Supernatural.
Smart. This is not a Game of Thrones convention.
So I wanna know if you are watching the show and if you like the show.
Yeah, funny story about that. Dean was, you know, in the episode, what was the name of it, with Charlie and yeah, what she said. You have to understand that, like, 195 episodes, I remember what happens, I don't remember the titles all the time, so forgive me. But in that episode, Dean sits down and they watch Game of Thrones. Well, when I read the script, I was like, what? I don't know this show. I'm not gonna do this. What is this show? Isn't that like a bunch of naked guys running around? And somebody's like, oh, that's Spartacus. I'm like, whatever, I don't wanna watch the show. I mean, come on. So I called the writer and I was like, hey, what? I don't know the show. I'm not gonna like be an advertisement for the show. Like, I'm not interested. He's like, have you never seen the show? No, Robbie, I haven't seen it. He's like, well, I'm gonna send you all the discs then. So he sends me like the box sets of season 1 and 2 up to Vancouver, and I'm like, now I've seen every single one of them. And I'm gonna blame my wife for that because I watched like the season 1. It was kind of something that I would just watch on the plane because I fly back and forth from California to Canada almost weekly, and so I was like, you know, watching on the plane, and then I kind of stopped after I was done with season 2. It was like, oh, I think there's another season, whatever. Well, then my wife got into it, and she's like, well, we're watching this. We're gonna continue to watch it, and now we're all caught up. Game of Thrones. Yeah. I actually had a really nice conversation with David Nutter. You guys know who David Nutter is? Yeah. He's so he directed the pilot of Supernatural. He also directed the pilot of Smallville, Arrow, the new one Flash coming out. he also directs a lot of Game of Thrones. So I saw him about a week and a half ago.
You have to watch it.
And he was like, let me know when you're ready, I'll get you on the show. I'm like, I was like, David, if you don't remember, I'm a little busy on that little show that you made us do 10 years ago. I said, oh, yeah. So, anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
I have a question. In these 10 years since Supernatural started, we all grown up. Most of us were just the kids when it started. And we've grown up, we see you guys through all these conventions and everything. You've grown up, you all got the families, and we are different people now. Sam and Dean, they have their relations, it is growing. But do you think that we will ever in the future actually see Dean having that thing, maybe he wants a family of his own?
No, I think that he tried. I think that the Lisa storyline, there was a, that was his attempt at trying to leave the hunter life and have some sense of normalcy. And obviously we all know that failed horribly. And then I think after his time in purgatory, he really just realized that this is his destiny, this is his life, this is what he's, alive to do, and or not alive to do. Yeah, so I think for him at this stage in the game, that's not even a possibility or a thought. He's like, he's got no room for that in his life. Unfortunately, as sad as it is. So, will it ever happen in the future? I don't know. But it's probably not something that he will anticipate having ever. So, sad for him.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Hi.
Hello. My question is about season 7, the episode "The Time for the Wedding," the one where Becky meets Sam.
Yes.
Yeah, she tied him to bed, and I was really curious about Dean's reaction when he finds Sam, but we never got to see that. So I'd love to know.
When Dean found Sam tied to the bed?
Yes.
Probably, oh, great, this again? Always find you tied to the bed. What is the deal? No, I don't know. I'm sure he would have had some, witty comment about Sam being tied up and him always having to come to the rescue and save his little brother, but we didn't see that, did we?
No.
No. So, yeah, that's what I would imagine.
Because I was expecting him to laugh very hard.
I'm sure he would have. Yes, that was a funny episode, I remember that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. In the episode Dream a Little Dream of Me, when the boys are trying to save Bobby from the dream world, we see that Dean's biggest fear is becoming a demon. We have a dream demon with black eyes. What do you think Dean's reaction is going to be when he realizes that his worst fear comes to weapon?
Well, unfortunately, we probably won't see the reaction of Dean because he's going to be a demon. So, he won't be able to pop out of that. So until, or if, the real Dean comes back and Demon Dean is gone, then we might see what his thoughts about it are. But yeah, I really like the fact that that was touched on way back then, and now I just have to figure out if I'm going to play it the same way I played it then, now, or if maybe that's just a figment of his imagination of what he thought it would be like, and then I'll play him different. I don't know. I'm on hiatus right now. I'm not thinking about that. I know the writers have just started working on that, but I'm anxious to see what happens and how he is. But I don't know that we're going to see a reaction out of Dean because he's not Dean. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hi.